Okay, today we are going to speak about the concept of honor. Kavod. Welcome. Bruchim Abaim. Welcome, my dear friends. We might need some more chairs. You guys want my chair? We're going to speak about the concept of honor. Now, honor, in Hebrew, anybody know how to translate honor?
Kavod.
Kavod. Very good. Kavod. Kavod means honor. We're in the Machzor, page 64, the regular standard art scroll. And the second insertion into the third bracha, it sounded very technical, I know, is Uvechein tein kavod Hashem le'amecha. We're saying, give honor. Again, remember there's that Uvechein gematria. 72. Very good. 72 is the gematria of Chesed. When you say Uvechein, you're opening up the gates of kindness. You're opening up secret things, which also corresponds to the Shem Ab, which is the way you spell Yud K Vav K with Yuds. You spell the whole thing out, which is Yud Vav Daled, and then Hey Yud, and Vav Yud Vav, and then Hey Yud. If you missed that, it's okay. Wasn't meant for you. So V'chein is Chesed, is the Shem Ab, and we're opening up a new gate. We learned about the gate before, which is Uvechein Tein Pachtecha, and now we're moving on to the next gate, Uvechein Tein Kavod. Now we're asking Hashem, give kavod, give honor, le'amecha, to your nation, to the nation of Yisrael. And the question is, the Gemara teaches us, and Chazal teach us, that a person should run away from honor. So why are we asking here? And we're setting the stage for the entire year, because what you daven for, you pray for in Rosh Hashanah, is what you have for the whole year. So the Gemara in Beitza, in Tezayin, Amid Aleph at the top, says a person's wealth is all determined on Rosh Hashanah. The year ahead is determined on Rosh Hashanah. It's basically a microcosm of the whole year. Some even go so far as to say, if you take the 48-hour period, which is the gematria Moach, it's the head, Rosh Hashanah. 48 is the gematria Moach. Moach means your brain, your head. It's the head, literally. Every hour, Moach means the brain. Moach is men, 40, Ches, Moach, your brain. It's the whole Moach of the whole year. They go so far as to say that as you move through, if you take 48 hours and you divide it into 365 days of the year, every hour corresponds to a week, and every minute corresponds, and every second, you're literally combing through the year, what you're creating for the whole year. So we're asking here on Rosh Hashanah, Tein kavod Hashem le'amecha, give kavod. And the question is, I thought you're supposed to run away from honor. The Gemara says, anybody who, the Chazal, the Mishnah, anybody who runs to honor runs away from him. So, I thought you're supposed to be boireach min hakavod. Supposed to run away from this. And it says, by the way, if you run away from kavod, then it runs to you. So it says it doesn't run to you if you're running away from it, but you're looking over your shoulders, seeing when it's coming. I'm running away from honor. Is it here yet? So then it doesn't work. You have to really be running away, and then it'll come. But it's not a good thing, so why are we asking for it, this kavod? Yeah.
Maybe it's saying like when it says the English is not supposed to, and so to it, or Hashem grant honor to your people. Maybe it's not the one individual person, it's all Israel, like make us honorable.
Okay, so that's for sure. That's for sure. When we're asking Hashem, we're saying Tein kavod le'amecha. We're not saying that I should personally be a person of great honor and stature. We're saying that kavod for the nation, that your nation should be honorable. So I think we need to understand a little bit more what honor is. Is honor like, wow, what a honorable. Will the honorable judge so and so come in? Well, what does kavod mean? What does kavod mean? Now we always have to break things up by looking at the Hebrew letters. How do you spell kavod? Chaf, beis, vav, dal. Kavod has the same root letters. Chaf, beis, daled. What are these letters? Heavy, kaved. And your liver. Very good. Talk about the liver. Liver cleansing. Kavod is something heavy. That's something here, something that means something, as opposed to what would be the opposite of kavod?
Empty.
Something is kal, something is light, something is not meaningful. Kavod means something is strong. When a person speaks who has kavod, you take their words seriously. They have weight. There's a weight behind their words. They represent something, yeah.
Kavod means heavy?
Kaved means heavy, yeah. Kavod is honor, which is the same root as kaved, heavy, which is the same root as kaved, your liver. They're all tied in, yeah, David.
So can kavod mean like integrity? Like it has like words, their words have like a value behind it?
Yeah. Kavod means something's weighty, that there's value behind it. So there's external kavod. I want everybody to listen to me, but you don't actually have weight behind your words. It's just fake honor, but you're a horrible person, a monster, but you strong-armed your way into some political position, and now you're so to speak you have an important title, but you as a human are not an honorable person. You're not worthy of honor, but you externally have made yourself into somebody that has evidence to listen to you, but it's totally selfish. Then there's a type of honor that things that are heavy and things that are important are worthy of true honor. Why are they worthy of true honor? And why do we say, Hashem, give kavod to your nation? So here we have to take a bit of a zoom out. What's the role of Hashem creating the world where there's a nation, there's humanity, and there's God? It's an interesting thing. If you were God, if you put yourself in his shoes, so to speak, what's the idea of creating the world where Hashem made humanity? Well, we're told that Hashem made the world to reveal himself as a king. To reveal himself as a king, right? Now I have a question for you. A guy walks into a party. It's like a joke with a question tied to it. Guy walks into a bar. Yeah. Okay, well fine, we'll say it like that. Guy walks into a bar. Yeah, out. And everyone's like schmoozing in the bar. I don't know if you schmooze in bars, whatever. Drinking, hawking. What do they do in bars? And everyone's like, so what do you do for a living? I'm a marketing consultant. And what do you do for a living? Yeah, I'm just working startup. What do you do for a living? I'm like still like finding myself, whatever. And then this other guy, like, what do you do for a living? He's like, I'm a king. Music stops. Like that. Like, glass drops. Excuse me? Everyone's like, yeah, I'm a king. So then next to some like women in the back like giggling who's the king? And everyone's taking notice. Yeah, king. Oh yeah. What? Where's your people, king? He's like the moment of truth. I don't have any. Ah! He thinks he's a king. Music goes back on. And he goes out of the bar. Continuing on with the night. So my question to you is, could he be a king? Ezra? Could he be?
No.
Why not?
He has no people.
He has no people. There's no such thing as a king. Ein melech below am. You can't have a king without the people. Because you're a king over what? Yeah, and let's say he changed his answer. He wanted the same thing, the king, yeah, okay. Over what? hyenas. I'm their king. Ah! You can't be a king of them, you have to be similar to them. The king of the hyenas. You can't. They don't make you their king. Someone's only a king who the nation proclaims them a king. Now I have a question for you. You know, some of these like crazy, first of all, what just happened, there have been people who have taken over nations and ruled with an iron fist. Do you call them a king over that nation or a tyrant?
Tyrant.
A tyrant, right? Because a tyrant rules whether you like it or not. Does a tyrant need to be appointed as such? Does he need the approval rating of the people? No? No, he does not. He rules with an iron fist whether you like it or not. He is the tyrant. When do you shift from going from tyrant to king? When the people want you. When the people say, you're our king. Long live the king. We appoint you. We realize that you're the wisest of us all. That you know how to govern this entire project called humanity in the best way possible. And by the way, do you know who that's going to be? That we're waiting for, anticipating every moment. Mashiach will be that king over the world.
Doesn't suggest that God needs us.
Well, isn't that interesting, my friend? If there's no king without a people, that would suggest you jump 2 steps ahead, but I'll take the jump with you. We're just, after the Olympics, I'm all feeling like in that mode. Let's triple jump ahead. Doesn't it sound like if God decided that He made the world with a humanity that can choose Him as king, and that He wanted it to be as such, that in a certain way, if God says He's a king, but nobody chooses Him, does that mean that He could really be king?
That would mean he couldn't be king.
Could it mean that He's a tyrant?
I don't think so, because he's God.
Well, let's think it through. I don't mean
Different.
conceptually. Well, is God running the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So whether we choose God or not, is He running the world and creating the world and governing the world? Yes.
So we would have to choose him then.
So it would
That's
come
not-
out, ergo,
The way you look at it, right?
that the only way, if we could even say such a thing, that God becomes king is if the nation chooses God to be the king. So sometimes you hear people say things, what can you do for God? Nothing. He's an infinite. He is existence, infinite existence. Here it sounds like we have a little bit more power than we maybe imagined. That God's greatness is because we're able to choose God to be the king.
Why would God care about our approval?
Well, let's not think about approval. Let's more think about a king wants to do good. I'm talking about a good king, a benevolent king, like Mashiach. How much good can the king do if nobody cares about the king? Nobody wants the king. Everyone rejects the king. The king wants to give all this good, but the people say, no, we're not interested in you. No, we're interested in? What was that show? Somebody said they spent 3 weeks watching? Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Not me, my friend.
No, it's not me, a guy I know, whatever, not me. Like another, and I know the guy, and so I'm not interested in God. I've got other stuff going on. So I never made God into a king. God says, I want to give you, but I can only give you as a king if you allow me, so to speak. You choose me. It's all based on your choice. You have to choose the relationship. On Rosh Hashanah, it's It's funny to say the holiday. It sounds just a little bit too festive and hallmarky, but it's even festival sounds a little bit hallmarky for me. It's the spiritual download of choosing the greatest relationship possible. Because when you can choose that you want God to be the king, then he could bless you with all goodness. If you never chose it, you're never the master of that goodness. He's just going to rule over you. It's inevitable. So when we say, look at this, Tein kavod Hashem le'amecha, we're saying make us down here heavy, honorable, that we make solid choices, that we become people that are honorable because we choose you. Now, somebody that's associated with the king is an honorable person. The ministers of the king are exalted people. Because of that choice, by extension of them being connected to the king, they themselves take on a certain exalted nature, that you're associated, you have an honorable position. So really we're saying, Hashem, give honor, not because we just want to have fake honor, that people should say, wow, what an honorable person. Our honor only comes in so much as that we have chosen to be associated with the king. If you make a choice to be associated with the king, wow, that's real honor. That's exalted honor. The second element of this meditation of Rosh Hashanah is all about bring honor back to Klal Yisrael, that we are the ones that are making heavy choices, heavy, not like heavy, but weighted decisions, that we are choosing you as the king. When a person does that, they become exalted. And if you look further, and everybody should be, after the classes, learning these pieces yourselves and thinking about them. When we do this, the whole nations of the world will recognize this is honor. There's real honor here. People associated with the king are people of honor. And what does it do when people of honor are seen in the world? It makes them want to associate with the king. For example, if the king has a minister who's such a noble person, who's refined, who grew up in the house of the king, and the king is the most benevolent, noble person. So that minister who goes far and wide as an ambassador of the king, when people see the way the minister acts, and his sterling character, and who he is as a person, and that he doesn't succumb to his base desires, and he has rules in place, and he's moral, and he doesn't succumb to base instincts, and he's not frivolous, and he's not cheap, and he's patient and kind and loving and caring. So when people see that ambassador of the king, they say, whatever you're doing, whatever they're teaching in that kingdom is so beautiful. I'd like to come now, and if you're this special, I wonder what your king is like. If you're this honorable, I wonder what it's like in the palace. Maybe you'll take me there. That's what we're davening for. That it's going to come back, this glory to Klal Yisrael. The whole world's going to see. Or Lagoyim, the light to the nations. The whole world is going to see. Whatever they're doing is so beautiful. They have such beauty and such honor. I want to go meet their king. They've chosen this king, and now they have so much honor. I want to meet their king. And that recognition is the step as we introduce Mashiach. Then he becomes the physical embodiment of that king down here in this world. And then what's Mashiach going to do when people meet that king? They say, well, they're going to say, you're the king. He says, no, I'm like you. I also have a king. The king of all kings. That is the entire, I'm laying it out, what it's going to look like. The predictions that were all given to us, ancient predictions of everything is going to progress as we get to the Messianic era. So my dear friends, choose the king. Long live the king. Long live the king. Long live the king, my friends. Get ready. Hashem is waiting for us, so to speak. Let's choose Hashem. We should be zoich mamish to see the King. Amen.
Amen.